Welcome to lesson 17, problem number 4, where we are expanding expressions. Really what that means is to remove the parentheses, multiply as needed, add, subtract, combine like terms as needed. All right, so just to remind you, when you see two parentheses like that, it means that they are being multiplied. And every term in this first parentheses has to get distributed to the terms in the second parentheses. So I like to think of this as double distribution. Some teachers teach it as FOIL. I'm not a huge fan of that because when you get to 2 terms times 3 terms, a binomial times a trinomial, FOIL doesn't work. The method we're going to use will work every time, no matter how many terms you have in each parentheses. Okay, so let's get started. So this 3m has to distribute to both. So 3m times 7m is 21m squared based on our exponent rules. 3m times the 2 gives us a plus 6m. Then we are now ready for the negative 1 to be distributed, which gives us negative 7m minus 2. Okay, time to combine our like terms, and we have 21m squared. These two can go together and give us minus 1m, or just minus m, minus 2. And we're done. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one's going to be kind of nice at the end. You're going to like it. Double distribution, though, again. 25j squared minus 35j. Okay, I'm going to change the color so you can see clearly. Now we're distributing that 7 plus 35j, which is going to be really nice, and then minus 49 because it's a 7 times the negative 7. Okay, what's great is that these are going to cancel. So we simply have as our final answer 25j squared minus 49, and we're done. All right, so let's go to the next one where we have 7k minus 1 squared. A very common error is to just square the 7 squared and square the negative 1. But you can't do that. You have to take the entire quantity, 7k minus 1 times 7k minus 1, and do double distribution again. Okay, we're going to do the 7k to both terms. So we get 49k squared minus 7k. Change the color. Now we're distributing the negative 1. So we get minus 7k. Negative 1 times negative 1 is plus 1. So our final answer is going to be 49k squared. This time these do not cancel, but they give us negative 14k plus 1. Final answer. Okay, and we are expanding. Remember, this is called expanding. Okay, but it's also called multiplying or distributing or double distribution. Okay, this is why I'm not a fan of FOIL. This is what I mentioned before, because we have to distribute that 2x to all 3 terms. And maybe your teacher has never taught you the word FOIL, but if not, that's good. We're going to look at this as the 2x gets distributed to each term. So we're going to get 6x to the third plus 8x squared minus 4x. And we are done distributing that 2x. So now the 5. So I'm going to distribute that 5. I'm going to write smaller so we can fit it all in. So plus 15x squared. Okay. And then it's going to be plus 20x minus 10. Sorry, I'm squeezing in that minus 10. Okay, let's combine our like terms. And I am going to do that in green. So we have 6x to the third. That matches with nothing. So that's gone. 8x squared and 15x squared is going to give me a total of 23x squared. They're gone. Negative 4x and 20x gives me a total of plus 16x. They're gone as well. And then minus 10. And this is our final answer. Done. Okay, this is a light bulb problem, and it's a light bulb problem for E. And the reason it's a light bulb problem is because it is being raised to the third power. So we have a lot of work to do with that one. So let's kind of just write it out 3 times. I know that this seems tricky, but I'm going to still do it in this lime green, but we'll change the color. Hopefully you can see this okay. And we are writing it out 3 times. Definitely a light bulb problem. So we're going to first multiply these 2 together by doing double distribution. Because it's a light bulb problem, I'm just going to kind of roll through it. So it's 4f squared plus 2f plus 2f. Because it's a light bulb, I'm going to just combine these two 2Fs right away. 4F. So we have 4F squared plus 2F, so that's plus 4F plus 1. And then the second parentheses now, which used to be the third parentheses, I'm just going to make sure you see, this is that. Everything that I'm underlining in the light blue became this. Okay, so now we have triple distribution. So here we go. I'm going to do this in red now. 4F squared times 2F. I'm not even going to show the work all the way through because this is a light bulb problem. 8F to the third plus 4F squared. Okay. Plus 8F squared plus 4F. And then I'm going to kind of go down here just to leave some space there. Plus 2F plus 1. When we combine our like terms, I'm going to write our final answer right here nice and neatly. Our final answer is 8F to the third. Done. 4F squared and 8F squared is going to be plus 12F squared. Done with those two. 2F and 4F is going to be plus 6F plus 1. We're done. Okay, that was definitely a light bulb. All right, let's look at the next one. And for this one, we're going to first square 5x minus 3. And one thing that we can start to see is that when you have a quantity squared like that, there's some shortcuts that you may start to recognize. So I'm going to start with this in the dark blue here, and we're going to get 25x squared. I'm going to keep it in parentheses for right now. 25x squared minus 15x, but minus 15x again. So I'm going to combine those two steps together again because it's a light bulb. I'm rolling. Minus 30x plus 9. Okay, you can take your time and work that all through, but you should get 25x squared minus 30x plus 9. And then the other part here, I'm going to do in another color. So we basically have minus 5x plus 3 times 5x plus 3. Now keep in mind that this is going to be a minus, and I'm going to put all of this in parentheses. So we're going to get 25x squared, and then we're going to get plus 30x this time, plus 9. But there's a minus sign right here. So I'm going to write it out, but you might even, because it's a light bulb, not need to do that and just see that this is the first parentheses, and I'm changing the signs on everything in the second parentheses because of that minus being distributed through. It's this minus right here that I just distributed through there. So now what's great is that the 25x squareds, they're gone. The negative 30x and the negative 30x gives me negative 60x. So they're gone now. And the 9 and the negative 9 cancel. So our final answer is simply negative 60x. Great job on all of this. And if you did the light bulbs, congratulations.